Hi, I'm Mitch, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this. I'm going to break down each individual step, starting with creating some shape keys on a plain mesh. From there, we're then going to animate those shape keys and our paper airplane object to get what we want. Okay, let's begin. First, we need to add our plane. Okay, we need to scale our plane up to 1.5. Then we need to apply that scale. Next, we're going to add a couple edge loops. I'm going to add one there, and I'm going to add one there, and then I'm going to add one there. Next, I'm going to get rid of half of my mesh. This will save us a lot of time. Then we're going to use a mirror modifier to bring that mesh back. Okay, let's create some shape keys. First, we need to create our base shape key, which is our piece of paper. Then, after that, we need to angle the front of our mesh to create that pointed look of the paper airplane. Be sure to label as we do this process, so that way when you create more keys, it's a lot easier to know what you're doing. Next, we're going to add our ridges for our folds. So here I'm going to use multiple different shape keys to kind of have stuff to animate later on. I'm also going to preview it as we go. So as you can see, we're getting our basic paper airplane shape. For our next key, we're going to squish our paper airplane together. For this key, we're going to raise our wings. We're going to have it scrunch up just a little bit. And then after that, we're going to add our final raising of the wings. And there's our basic paper airplane shape. Okay, let's get animating. So first off, I'm going to have do my animation a little bit backwards for this process. So I'm going to have the paper airplane actually lift off first, so that way I get all my timing down in that regard. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to actually edit I'm actually going to use the shape keys to fold the paper airplane up. That way it's going to be able to fly. You want to make sure all your keyframes here are spaced out nicely, so that way the audience can kind of anticipate your next move with your animation. So here I'm just going to make some finite adjustments, I'm just going to make a couple more adjustments here to kind of get what I'm looking for, but feel free to play around here. Okay, for here I'm going to add a keyframe on my y-axis, and then I'm going to add a noise modifier to our keyframe. To get to these modifiers, you need to be in the graph editor. So we're just going to raise our scale to 50, and we're going to lower our strength, so that way this adds a little bit more realism to our airplane. We're kind of trying to simulate wind here as things, so I'm just going to play around with it a little bit more and get what we need. So now we're going to preview everything, just speed it up just so the airplane looks like it's zipping through. Okay, now that we have that, I've applied like a basic gradient texture to our airplane just to simulate like pieces of line paper. And then we're going to just drag all those keyframes we previously created to the end of our timeline. Now we're just going to go through here, we're going to edit all of our shape keys and have it come all together, so that way we can fold this paper airplane up and have some fun. Okay, first we're gonna have that front angle kind of lean in. So we're just gonna add a keyframe. I'm gonna just adjust my y-axis noise modifier so that way it starts after the paper airplane's folded up, so that way it doesn't interfere what I'm trying to do here. So I'm just gonna have it fold up, and here you can see our piece of paper is clipping with the actual plane that I'm using. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the keyframe with the z-axis that I previously created, and I'm going to actually raise that keyframe up just a little bit here. I'm just going to raise the value just a little bit so it kind of has a little bit of a hover to it. So that way we go. And here you could also do this using your delta transformations if you wanted to. Put that on 0. Then it raises up, and then it folds in, and then I really like to have 10 frames between each one of these shape keys so that way the audience can anticipate the movement a little bit better. I just find it works for me, and I like the look of it, but as I said, play around, have fun with it. Find your voice here and kind of play around and just do you. See it folding up really nicely now, so we're just going to add our last wings up keyframe, and this will get what we're looking for. There we go, the wings are folded up, so now we're just going to adjust those final keyframes, pull them in a little bit just to make it one fluid movement, and now we're going to preview it. And here we're just going to adjust our graph editor just a little bit more because I like that it's kind of like a simulated wind effect with the plane, and it's a little bit too strong, so we're just going to adjust the strength to 0.2. Let's do 0.1, just looking at everything. So it just seems like it's it's moving just a little bit slowly. I really like that kind of look. And there we go. That's our final animation. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more.